So I want to teach you guys three different chords, three chords that you'll be able to use for almost every song. C, F, and a G chord. Now each one of them gets a little bit more difficult in terms of, well, difficulty, but I think you can do it. I know you can do it, and with practice, you'll be able to. Now, for the instrument, I need to, again, remind you a number of different things. And it's all a number system, and really it's just putting the right numbers together. For the strings, remember we go fourth string on top, 3, 2, and the first string is down on the very bottom, furthest away from you. When we look at the frets we number as well, starting right here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. If you look, you have these little reference dots which help you give a quick guide as to where some of the frets are. For example, the first one is on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th fret. Next one is the 7th fret, then 10, 12, 15. Those same dots are shown on the side of the instrument as well. Again, those are to help you reference if you're looking down quickly, so you don't have to sit here looking at the fretboard saying, okay, here's the first fret. It gives you a little bit of help in the right direction when you're trying to quickly search where to put your fingers. Your fingers also are numbered as well. Your pointer finger is 1, middle finger is 2, ring finger 3, and your pinky is number 4. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you a number of different combinations to use for each of these chords. First one we're learning right off the bat is a C chord. Only one finger. We're going to take our first finger and we are going to put it on the first string, so that's the one furthest away from you, and we are going to put it on the 3rd fret. And what we're going to do is we're going to push, when we find that spot, the first string, 3rd fret, when we find that spot, we're going to take our pointer finger and we're going to press on the pad of our finger all the way down, that string all the way down to the fret, right on the fretboard. So the pad of your finger should feel around the outside of the string, that fretboard. If we do that right and correctly, we're going to strum all 4 of the strings. And when we do that, we're going to get a nice sounding C chord. Let's listen and see if we have it. Sounds good. Play yours. I'm going to assume that sounded good. If not, if you hear 3 of those notes and you hear that, that means that you're not pushing or putting enough pressure down on your finger to get that string all the way down on the fretboard. If you don't have it all the way down, it's going to have that sound of, and it's not going to vibrate the right way. One tip that I like to suggest is the thumb is placed on the back of the neck of the instrument to sort of help give the illusion or the creation of pinching the string down on the fretboard. I'm not really sure a good angle to show this. Right there. There we go. My finger's curled so the pad is touching the fretboard. My thumb is on the back to support that, so that way I get a nice firm press against that fretboard. So that way I can get a nice good sounding chord. Now you can do any kind of strum patterns you want. I like to just do 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. You can do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, which sounds like this. It's up to you. Find your own style, find what sounds good. But the most important thing is getting all those strings down so that way you get a good sounding chord. Why don't we try doing that? Let's play that C chord 4 times, 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, ready, and go. Good, good. If you want to try that again, rewind. I won't keep you busy with that one. If you're saying to yourself, Dan, I need to know the chords, I need to see them. If you type in ukulele chords for the instrument that you're using, this is a concert uke. If you're using a soprano uke, just type in soprano ukulele, concert ukulele, and they'll have chord printouts for you to look at. And it'll show you exactly everything that I'm already telling you. But you'll be able to visually see, and then you'll be able to connect those together as well. The second chord I'm going to teach you requires 2 fingers. It is the F chord. It requires your first and second finger. Let me just tell you where they go, and then we'll work on there from there, or we'll work from there. Second finger goes on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. Again, you want to curl that finger so that way the pad of your finger is touching the string. Your first finger goes on the 2nd string on the 1st fret. Again, that's 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. 1st finger on the 1st fret on the 2nd string. Now, if you have those firmly pushed down, you should be able to have a strum and have all 4 of those strings play. Again, if you hear any buzzing, it means that our fingers aren't pressed all the way firmly down to the fretboard. And we just need to make sure we get that curl down. Let's try 4 quarter notes of those. 1, 2, ready, and play. Good. The trick is going to be trying to transition between those chords. Why don't you take a second before going on to the next chord, because it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Try going back and forth between the C chord and the F chord. You don't have to go fast, but over time, your fingers, your muscle memory should pick in, so that way you're used to where your fingers are going. Again, experiment with your own strum pattern. Each strum pattern offers a different kind of style and technique that will be a signature to you. The last chord that I'm going to teach you for today, or tonight rather, is the G chord, which requires 3 fingers. This is a little tricky for those of you who are not used to a stringed instrument like even just violin, cello, piano, or guitar or ukulele. It's going to be a little tricky, and again, repetition, muscle memory will develop if you keep up with it and you keep practicing. If you just set it off to the side, it's not going to stick, and then it's going to still be difficult to find those chords. So the more times you have to play them and get used to them, the more familiar it's going to be with your hands, your muscle memory, and it's going to just come natural to you, I promise. This chord it looks a little messy when I show it to you like this, but let me break it down. Your first finger, again your pointer finger, will go on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Your second finger goes on the 1st string, 2nd fret, so you should have 1 string in between those 2 fingers. Then your ring finger, or your 3rd finger, will go on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. And when I put all those down, again remembering to curl fingers, to put the thumb in back to help pinch those strings down, when I play that, I should have a nice sounding G chord with all 4 of those strings being played. Okay. Again, let's play 4 quarter notes, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try doing that, strumming those 4 quarter notes with me. 1, 2, ready, and play. Good. Again, putting these all together is going to be a big, big, big step. And take it slow. Count yourself off. Go slow. Let's try, we're going to go 4 quarter notes of C chord, 4 quarter notes of the F chord into 4 quarter notes of the G. So we're just going to go through chord 1, 4, 5, and then let's go back to 1. So we'll go chord C, chord F, chord G, back to C. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, ready, and go. To F, 1, 2, 3, 4 to G, 1, 2, 3, 4 to C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. I promise you, with practice, you will be awesome and playing ukulele like no other. I will see you again in the next installment of your half-hour lesson. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting.